So right now on the screen, you are watching Jade and Jackie Kawamoto about to pull off one of the biggest upsets of the year at the BZER Cincinnati Showcase. They beat Anna Bright and Leigh Waters in a thrilling 3-set match. And so in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down some of the highlight points for you. I'm going to show you what Jade and Jackie did that was so effective to be able to win this match. And then I'm going to give you some takeaways of things that you can learn from these 4 amazing players and implement into your own game. Let's get into it. So before we dive in, I just want to say quickly, if you have not watched this full match, I highly suggest you go to either the PPA YouTube channel or Pickleball TV and try to watch this match in its entirety. It's about an hour long, and it is some of the best pickleball I've seen in a while. The points are incredible, the resets, the offense to defense. So I would highly suggest go checking out this in its entirety. Okay, so let's dive into this first point here. We're starting things off at 3-1 in the first game. The Kawamotos have kind of jumped off to a quick lead. But what we're gonna do early on here is we're gonna look at some highlight points, and I'm just gonna kind of show you guys some things that I think the players are doing well, and hopefully that you can carry into your own game. So let's go ahead and take a look. In this first point is a demonstration of what the Kawamotos did almost the whole entire match, which is play incredibly well from the non-volley zone. So if we run that back a little bit, sorry, not the non-volley zone, the transition area. So we're gonna run this point back a little bit. And I want you to notice how they have no rush at all to get in. They play in a lot of these points 8, 10, 12 shots from the baseline or from the transition area, and they're just content to wait for their opportunities. So you can say in that point, you know, they played maybe 5 shots from the baseline, they played 3 or 4 shots from kind of middle transition area, and then they waited till they got a higher one or one that they liked, and then they capitalized on that. So that's definitely something that I see amateur players make the mistake of a lot is, you know we want to get up to that kitchen line, and so we just rush up there, and then we're out of control on the way. So take what's given to you and play your way to that spot.
They've got a 3-point lead.
All right, so they're up 4-1 now. Take a look at this next point.
Wow.
So in this point, what I really want to highlight is how well the Kawamotos move on and off the kitchen line. So if you watch this point, you can see how much their movement there is back into the transition zone, up to the kitchen line, back again. They're not content to just hold one spot. And so, you know, they're very aware of, are they on offense? Are they on defense? Does the other team have an opportunity, an attack opportunity in which they're going to step back? So let's take a closer look at just some of that movement. And so now here at this part of the point, Jackie tries to speed up. Anna reads it really well. And so the Kawamotos are going to kind of fall into a little bit of defense. And you can see they're, you know, Leigh and Anna are just swinging away over here. And so you can see they've definitely like dropped back in their positioning. Continue to drop back and defend. And then as soon as this ball now resets, you can see both of them right back up to the line again, right back up here. Okay, so you can see how good that movement is to understand what's happening in the point and be making constant little micro adjustments on and off the kitchen line. So you're not only moving laterally side to side, but you're moving, you know, up and back as well. A couple steps back, a couple steps forward. Okay, so really well done from the Kawamotos in that, and they've always been good at that. So for our next point, we're actually going to focus in on their technique a little bit. Because Jackie and Jade are really well known for being maybe the most consistent players on tour. I mean, they just almost never miss a ball that they shouldn't miss. And even more impressive, they make balls constantly that are very, very difficult, high-level shots, and they just keep the ball coming back over and over. So we're going to take a look at why that is. What do they do well that is, you know, so technically sound that allows them to be that consistent. So we're gonna focus on that shot right there that Jackie just hit. So we're gonna wind it back a little bit here. So what you can see really well is, first of all, footwork wise, you can see both of them making this split step right at the same time. So see them both land right as Annalise hitting the ball. And you can see both of them have their shoulders squared up to the ball. So Jackie's got her shoulders here, Jade's got her shoulders here, and they're both perfectly squared up to where this shot is coming from. So they always keep everything kind of in very good alignment. On top of that, they do a great job of what I refer to as maintaining your triangle. So your triangle is your two shoulders and then your paddle, and keeping all those things together. So if I were to take my kind of paddle hand away, I've lost my triangle. If I move as a unit, then I'm maintaining my triangle. And Jackie and Jade are maybe the best at this. If you really watch, obviously Annalise, unbelievable too. All the top players are, but Jackie and Jade do such a good job of staying compact and keeping everything together. Let's look at this shot. So you can see as her paddle moves, her shoulders go with. And the other thing that I think is a big inconsistency is what I call swinging in a linear way, okay? So we always try to swing in the direction that we want the ball to go. So if we zoom in here, you can see that even though she's hitting cross court, Jackie's left arm is going to swing right down the target line of where she wants this shot to go. So it's going cross court. She's getting her shoulders facing that way, and she's keeping this swing path right down the target line of where she wants this ball to go. When you do it that way, you don't have a lot of what I refer to as like flipping, where we're coming across our body and our paddle is turning over and flipping over. That causes a lot of timing issues. So they do an amazing job of maintaining the triangle and staying linear with where they want the shot to go. So now let's talk about something non-technical. Okay, so we looked at some points early in that first game. Jackie and Jade were playing amazing pickleball. They got up early in the game. Anna and Leigh put together some unbelievable points, and they came back, and now here they are at 10-7 in game one, kind of about to take game one. So to me, this is what was most impressive about this win is Jackie and Jade had to feel like they played almost as good as they could in game one, and Annalie and Anna still came back and took that game down. So I'd say for most players in most situations, that's super disheartening. You feel like we played the best game ever, we still lost, and it's easy to just kind of like check out and say, you know, it's the top seed, they're just too good. Like we played a great first game, but they didn't. They bounced back, and that's what I think was one of the most impressive parts of this match. So one of the most common mistakes that I see, again, at more of the amateur level, is we fall in love with playing the ball cross court, especially at the kitchen line or as we're transitioning forward. We just get so ingrained to take everything cross court. And one of the things that I preach all the time is to play the ball straight ahead more when you're in trouble, when you're transitioning. Anytime you're trying to play like kind of a neutral to defensive type of shot, the easiest shot is to play the ball linear right in front of you. So you can see in this point here how well Jackie and Jade are doing this. So straight ahead push, reset, middle, straight ahead push, reset, straight ahead. Now that one, she finally kind of ran around and got a shot she liked. She bought a little more time on her forehand, so that's why she decided to go cross court. But anytime they had that ball kind of like landing at their feet or half volley or a difficult shot, they're just pushing it right back in front of them, keeping things super simple. So 6 or 7 kind of straight ahead resets. Now they finally get to the line, and now they can look to move the ball around a little bit more, find those cross courts, find some offense. So another thing that I thought Jackie and Jade did exceptionally well in this match was they played what I would consider probably out of their comfort zone as far as playing more offensive than usual. So they're kind of known for being like some of the steadiest players on tour. Like I said earlier, they don't miss. They can dink all day. They can reset all day. They can sit in the transition. They can make balls all day long. And sometimes when you're playing with maybe a more aggressive partner, then they're fine just settling into that role. But I feel like they're both kind of a similar player in that way. So when they play together, I think they have to get outside of their comfort zone and look to create more offense, which can be a little bit scary against Anna Bright and Anna Leigh. But they did an amazing job in this match. If you can see, like, when the opportunity's here, they're firing away, right? So right there, as they're closing in, if they get something out of the air, they're pulling the trigger on it, which I think is one of the big reasons why they were able to pull this off. So now here we are at game point, game 2 for Jackie and Jade. Got a miss from Anna there, and they got game 2. So unbelievable kind of mental regroup from them to come back after that tough first game and get this one. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening here now. Again, very impressive mentally. After they get game 2, of course, they're playing the top team in the world. They're not just going to go away. So Anna and Anna Leigh jump out to a 9-4 lead in the third game, which, again, you could kind of say, if you're in Jackie and Jade's shoes, you could kind of go, hey, you know what? We gave it our best shot. We pushed the top team in the world. They haven't lost all year. Good job. And then you pack it in. But they didn't do that. You know, they kept fighting. And in pickleball, you got to do that because you never know which run of 2 to 3, 4 points is going to create some momentum and completely change the match around. So let's kind of watch this play out here. Again, it's more of what we talked about, of that really good kind of on and off the line movement, keeping everything in front, which allows them to reset the ball so well. And these points are just outrageous. You know, from both sides, the quality was so high in this match. You could see dinking, speed ups, attacks, resets, lobs. You know, this match truly had it all. So definitely, again, go check it out if you didn't watch the whole thing. So I think this was probably a big point in the turnaround. That was like a 40-50 ball rally at 9-4. Jackie and Jade being able to come out on top of that one, I think maybe was a big momentum shifter in this kind of down the stretch in this third game. Again, as we talked about, that ability to play offense, the ability to take it to them when you're playing better players, when you're playing the top seed, the last thing you want to do is sit back and let them dictate play to you. Again, this is one of those moments where you just kind of fold and concede to the number 1 team and they win like they always have, or can they stay tough? And again, I think this was the difference maker. Jackie and Jade not afraid to play offense in these big moments. And I can't stress that enough, that when you're tight, you can't just push the ball back in one more time and just hope that the other team's going to give it to you. You gotta take it if you're in these difficult situations like that. So that was a great hold. They played 2 really quality points, really didn't even let Anna Leigh and Anna get to the kitchen line. So just like that, they got the ball back, putting the pressure back on. So that was just like the last one we talked about, but she made the adjustment. She hits a good dink here, sees that Jackie's a little bit stretched. So then Anna realizes, okay, I can move up to the kitchen line. look to take the next ball out of the air, which she does, just like last time. The main difference is, rather than hit this too linear, where Jackie has a downward counterattack, Anna is able to get on top of the ball and get it down to the feet, right? So that's going to make all the difference when you get that kind of out of the air poke, because if you can be the first one to get it down, it's going to be difficult for your opponents to get back. So really nice play there. So now we are at 10-9. They've come all the way back, and they've got a match point.
10-9-2.
Sometimes getting over the finish line can be the toughest part. Really just an unbelievable match. I mean, they played so well. Annalie and Anna Bright threw everything that they had at them. Annalie especially has been in that moment so many times that she just knows how to win. She knows how to come back when she's losing. She knows how to finish off matches when she's winning. So for Jackie and Jade to be able to win on that first match point with Annalie firing the ball at them and kind of the pressure of like, maybe if we don't get it done here, we don't get done. Very, very impressive. So hopefully you learned some things from this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little card on the screen of all the things that I felt like you could take away from this match and implement into your own game. Okay. So next time you go to the court, grab that and hopefully you can play like Jackie and Jade Kawamoto.